So I think that presentation about the potential for semiconductor in India takes us nicely onto the Tessolve presentations, where we're going to look at what we see as some of the trends and the various Tessolve technologies that we and solutions that we see for those trends. The first one is in RISC-V, where there's growing numbers of companies deploying RISC-V. RISC-V international more than 3,000 members, and now over 10 billion chips containing RISC-V cores. This have been shipped by 2022. Tessolve works with Incore, India, to produce our high performance and low power IoT CPU chips. And we're actually making a platform from those RISC-V cores that also participates in that government program that Dr. Satya Gupta talked about, where we can get access to various tools, with Incore being a startup in India, a RISC-V startup. We're also working with Smart DV on that, so we can actually produce a platform with various application software and drivers already running on that platform. And it's been ported to a Xilinx FPGA, where we can demonstrate the Incore RISC-V running various industrial applications. Automotive is also a major trend in VLSI, and Tessolve has been working on safety in ISO 26262 compliance, where we're actually now going to get our process compliance from an external vendor to make sure that Tessolve's ISO 26262 processes are industry compliant. This actually runs across test, PCB, and embedded services as well. But certainly we've now got our ISO 26262 process compliance for VLSI, which allows us to contribute to automotive designs. And we're going to make sure that that RISC-V platform that I talked about is also ASIL B compliant. Incore will produce an ASIL B compliant RISC-V chip, which will eventually become ASIL D compliant as well. We continue to work on advanced verification using property checking, which is now becoming much more mainstream, where we can actually write and prove assertions, as well as adopting a lot of the applications that are now built into the formal verification tools. We're adopting AI in our verification, and we've been applying that in generative AI in generation of test benches, for example, and also the application of neural networks for things like coverage closure. I'll talk a little bit more about that at the end. And given Tessolve's background in test and our services in DFT, we're now combining those teams to try and increase the fault coverage and to reduce the defective parts per million. So we're working very closely now on a number of customers to make sure the chips that they produce has very low DPPM, which makes it suitable for a much wider range of industries.